laughing.
Yeah, the update I gave Noah was a little pointed and short.
Very, he was like,
What?
well,
Well,
A wild session. No,
I was
I
like,
told
yeah,
him the
that's what I heard.
basics, which is
He's like, you
I
started
vomited,
attacking,
you attacked everybody.
and then he started just laughing. And he's like, you started attacking everyone in our group, and he's like, Vistara vomited, and no one knows why, not even Liam. And I was like, huh? And then he walked out. He's like, I'm going. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, this was in person.
That
Yeah.
I was in school.
Yeah, hallway conversation.
Yeah, I bumped into him on a Tuesday, and I was like, "How's it going?" Because I had like 3 hours between my classes, and he's like, some crazy stuff. Okay, bye.
Yeah, sorry
It's
about
like menacing.
I love
that. It was great to see the look on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
just like, what better watch out and walk
The
away.
first thing that he does when I'm like, "How'd it go?" is he just starts laughing and gets his big grin. I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
she also started vomiting when we talked about name ideas. So it was like we were like, oh, let's be the cutesy cuties. And then Mr. was like in the corner.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Oh man. Was that the laugh and the grin you heard, Noah? Like, like just like immediately.
Yep.
That was
Yep,
it. That was
that's
it.
it. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, we
On
had
that-
a cool smoky moment. That smoke moment was cool.
Yeah, that was really.
Everyone was unified.
Yeah.
Except for
Eren.
Eren. Thanks. Sorry, I'm also trying to read at the same time. I'm gonna be
Name all the characters in your D&D campaign.
I got this.
Baseline test failed.
That's tough. I can't even do that nonsense.
Bird boy, shorty, horny lady.
Your drawing just came into mind.
Dress woman,
Hypotenuse.
hypotenuse.
As
We
in,
don't have a hippopotamus.
I'm sure there was a character named Hypotenuse.
we got bird boy, we got short guy, we got horny lady.
Oh my god.
In more ways than one.
That is
Yeah,
so
that's
funny.
what we mean. We got the cool one.
You got the cool
We
one.
got the cool one, and then there's this night
Love
chick.
that drawing so
Yeah.
much.
There we go.
Probably licks his own butthole because he's a cat.
It's like the scene in Shrek 2.
Excuse me.
On that note, hi, everyone. God.
He's totally that's when he like, oh yeah, she's like Shrek.
Shrek,
And
for
and
you,
then he's
baby,
like,
I
you,
could
baby,
be.
I could be, yeah. Oh, good times.
On that note, hi everyone. Welcome to Novice DMing. Our Curse of Strahd campaign. I'm your dungeon daddy. Oh God, Liam McKinnon. This is gonna be fun. I'm so good to be back in. Yeah, here we are playing Curse of Strahd. It's amazing. We're here with Kylah, we're here with David, we're here with Noah, and Padon potentially will be with us, depending on some stuff. He's just dealing with some, schoolwork and all that stuff. So he might be in or he might not be. If that's the case, then yeah, we'll adapt and overcome. Just a couple things for this session. Kylah at potentially at certain points might just disconnect with the visual for this episode. Might do that. We'll see how that happens. But yeah, let's see. Is there any other major stuff? I don't really think so. I don't have any major announcements. I think the only major thing that I'll probably announce, because it will probably be happening by this time, anyone in the Edmonton area, if you guys are looking to be a part of a D&D game, like kind of a mini campaign, in the new year, I am planning to be running a mini campaign called The Citizens of Barovia, which is essentially a mini campaign focused in the world of Barovia that we're playing in right now, except we're not going to be focusing on the heroes of it. we are going to be instead focusing on the people that are just a part of the actual Valley of Barovia in this land of dread. I'm going to be making sure I iron out the details with the people that I'm working with. I don't want to announce anything immediately. I'm not sure if I already announced it in the last video, but we will see because, I just got to make sure I figure out the details with them, figure out, all the pricing and all that, and just, have a good time with it. So yeah, it's going to be a good old time. And I'm really excited. With that being said, I think one thing I will notice, currently doing Edmonton right now. So if you hear me be a little hoarse in the throat, it's only because, we've been in our little hell week. Thank you, David, by the way, for the support on that. It's been working wonders for me.
Right on.
The exercises you have given me, it's been helping me a lot more. I can tell like everybody else has been losing their voice, and I'm like, hey everybody, I'm yelling and screaming, but I also can talk like this. So yeah, it's been really good. Also, I should let you know, David, right now, your balls have been memed. I've become a meme because of your balls. So that's been really fun.
Outstanding. That makes me happy.
I'm very happy that I can bring your balls joy and make you proud that your balls are accomplished so much now.
Well, the balls, thank you.
Yes. I really don't want to give context to that. I know I should for the sake of it. But David has his Wilson method. What are they, like breath balls? Is that like the actual term?
Myofascial yoga balls.
Biofascia yoga balls?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Biofascia yoga balls that he uses. And they're something that I use all the time, even when it's like, minor things, like just in terms of like diaphragm work, my actual like facilitating my voice and the instrument that I have in my body, making sure that you just have that kind of release. And I bring them with me to Edmonton, and I brought them last year, and everybody kept talking about my balls and my ball sack and everything. And now somebody has made a t-shirt of that.
What?
It's like, yes, they made a t-shirt. I will send it to you. The t-shirt has Liam shown you his balls, and it is.
Oh, this is so great.
I'm going to send that to you, David. I will not send it to everybody here because it could be spoilers just for Edmonton in general. But yeah,
that makes me very happy.
Yeah, so check out David's balls. And with that, I don't think there's anything else that we need to talk about.
Kylah was done with this conversation about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for the sake, honey. And that's when Kylah left, gave us the finger.
That's when Kylah just muted.
I thought
this is what we're talking about.
That was quick.
Yeah, exactly. On that note, I don't think there's any major questions for this that I have. I mean, the other major no major announcements. I do just want to ask the main questions. Does anybody have any questions about their characters before we dive into this?
I do. You said, I don't know if anything on my sheet was marked. So I'm in a rage right now, and what are my hit points at?
You've lost 24 from your max, or whatever you had with the wolf.
From what I was at before?
Yeah, so whatever that was with the wolf encounter. Yeah.
That's including the 3 I gained?
Yes, it is. So 24 is what you've lost.
Okay. Cool.
Also, I will note Eren has a level of exhaustion because in his without a bond, he went into a frenzy rage, which puts you in exhaustion. So he just has 1 level. Okay. With that, let's dive into this land of Barovia in the world of Curse of Strahd. And we're back. So, when last we left off with our party of heroes across the lands, in the Valley of Barovia, throughout the mists, you were all kind of reeling after your encounter with 9 wolves on the road on the way to the Wizard of Wines. as you are all kind of in your preparations and processes after leaving the abbot in Kresk and leaving Anna Kreskovia with the responsibilities of leading that village. You guys had led with Emil Taranescu, and you guys had also left with Esmeralda de Avnir, who is currently with you all, or not with you all, but is kind of like guiding you all in her coach, like giving you all kind of like, traveling with you. She's your driver, and she's pretty badass. So you guys have been traveling with her, going to the Wizard of Wines, and noticing that the actual inhabitants there, the actual were-ravens of the Mardico family are not there. It seems that they actually left the actual home, and you all going out back by the ruined tree blight were frustrated, angry, or just trying to, Wystera was, but you guys were just trying to like jokingly have a name, and then you guys had seen Wystera throw up for reasons that unknown, and then it ensued into an argument that later ensued with Squally trying to connect with everyone, creating this very beautiful kind of like light and smoke creation where everyone was tethered together, except for Eren, interestingly enough. In this process, you also had noticed that there was a ghost or some kind of specter on the border edge of the woods, and some of you had gone to investigate. I believe is Sly and Kari, Sly and Squally, and then Eren was being spoken to by a voice to say, "Don't go there." You guys kind of like held back a little bit with Wystera and Kari. You had then explored and noticed that there were the 3 youngest children of the Mardico family that were hiding out in a tree trunk, and they were, being watched, it seems, by this ghostly halfling. And in this moment, Sly or Squally, you would notice this and then told Sly about it, and then Sly went immediately into a fight and a combat with this ghost, as he is wont to do with any kind of undead. The ghost was able to get away, and then Sly had gone into his rage, and at this point was trying to hunt down the ghost. Kari intercepted Sly, and what ensued was basically a PvP at this moment, where Sly started fighting both the ghost and then Kari. The ghost escaped, but what had also happened was that Eren was trying to, I believe, make his way over to the woods. Unfortunately, the ghost would not allow him to. And then this broke out into another fight, except where the ghost had manifested itself with Eren and started fighting Wystera. And then when Squally started showing up, tried to fight Squally as well. And a big old brawl started breaking out with all of you. The ghost, it turns out, is an individual by the name of Donna D. Thistlewhistle. And this ghost was trying to tell you, Squally, to help separate the ghost out of Eren in order for Donna D to come and save or realign with him. And in this process, you had tried to turn the undead multiple times, but it didn't work until, with a combination of Wystera's support, the mind slivering, the ghost had failed a save for removing curse, and then the ghost was propelled out, and Donna D had been able to go into Eren. And what had our final moment was basically this ghost manifesting in a hug for Eren, as she had reclaimed her soul tether, or as he had reclaimed his soul tether. And we were returning back to this moment. We are going to be starting, though, as the ghost repels out, like is pushed out of Eren at this moment. And you guys have seen this very average, normal looking, like sad, mundane ghost just manifest out of Eren at this moment. It's like got this weird, like kind of like half like neck beard, like the hair is receding. This creature is just a bluish, pale, like wizen looking manifestation of a mortal creature. And in Eren, you guys see that he's holding and hugging himself. His scar upon the tree is like it's starting to kind of like slowly kind of scab on his body in this moment. Like it's already not as like, you know, destructive and dangerous as it was before in the exposed state, but it's starting to kind of seal itself off with like kind of the spectral hands kind of embracing, interlocking in this moment. You guys notice the ghost kind of stand up at this moment. Huh? Oh, well. All right. Well, it looks like you all did a very good job now, didn't you? Well, I hope you're happy with him, all right? The rest of you, though, I'm sorry to say that, well, we're not going to be, you know, this isn't something that we're going to keep going about. And you, and he gestures to you, Squally, I hope you're happy with yourself. I hope you're very happy with yourself and all the work you did with this. You know what you just did? You made your friend a little bit worse for all this. And you just kind of see him dangling with his legs, like kind of like spectrally, like it's just kind of like this weird kind of like motoring gesture with his legs as he's talking at you.
Can I
basically, yeah.
Can I use the wind to just make him blow away?
Technically it's his turn before yours. However, I will allow for this to be I'm gonna make a wisdom check with proficiency. I'm gonna roll contending on this.
Huh. Nice.
Oh shit.
14.
14. You just try to blow, and he's just like, oh, okay, all right, okay. He just like, you can see the wind trying to manifest, like trying to push him, but he is able to steady himself, and he's like, oh no, there, fella, we're not gonna be having that. In fact, I think each and every single one of you needs to see a little bit of just the gifts I've been giving this friend, so you know what you just had done goofed. I need Squally, you need to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
8.
8. Ooh, it's not gonna do it.
Ooh.
I believe you are just gonna take. Okay. All right, you take 3 points of radiant damage, and you are now blinded as you see Nimble Knobs kind of like in his spectral form like burst out towards you, and you get shocked with a stream of just like this weird like ethereal like death light, and you are now blind. He is then also going to come towards you in your blindness.
Wystera
gets an
runs in
attack.
front.
Vistera's going to run in front.
Yeah, run in front of Squally after she sees this.
Go ahead and make a dexterity moment. I'm going to say make a dexterity check.
Okay, thank you. 12.
12. Okay. I'm going to just roll single. Okay, that's a failure. Wystera, you are going to get affected by this instead. That's a natural 1. This creature begins to make its way over to David, may I add some level of understanding to this? Great. So this creature begins to manifest towards Squally, and then all of a sudden you step into the way, and it's kind of like in its form that's kind of like going incorporeal, but still in this moment, you step in front of Squally, and then all of a sudden go "Bleh," and just like start vomiting out your black ichor onto this creature, and it goes, "Ah," and it just like immediately like it just gets all of it in its face, and it has to like go into an incorporeal state to the point where the hand drifts through your body so it's unaffected, and then it pulls back like ow. Okay, that then goes to Squally. I believe Squally. This is the start of your next turn, so you are not blinded anymore in this moment. That was going to be an advantage attack on you and Kari. What is it? Just forgot in the way. Yeah. So it's your turn, Squally.
I am gonna Sacred Flame his butt.
Okay, that's a dex save, correct?
Indeed.
That's a 15. I believe that succeeds.
That is exactly like exceeds.
Okay, so
Oh
the
no,
silver
sorry.
light, the silver light shoots out, and he's able to get like evade that. Like he's able to again go incorporeal, and it passes away. You still have your bonus action available to you in your movement.
How close is Eren?
I believe Eren to you is you repelled him with the curse, so you are pretty much like right near him, maybe like 5-10 feet.
Where'd the hammer go?
The hammer is in Eren's hand.
I'd like the hammer back.
It would take an action, I think, for you to actually be able to take and grab the hammer from him to actually make that part of your like action.
Okay.
You just have a bonus action.
I will move closer to Eren.
Okay, sounds good. You just get closer to Eren then. All right. And you have a spiritual weapon up, do you not?
Oh, do I?
I believe you do. You were using it last time.
Who was I using it on? Yeah, I was. Okay, I can use my spiritual weapon then. I would try to hit him with it, but he's a ghost.
Sure, yeah. But he's I mean, you can make an intelligence check if you want. Like just like you could make, you know what? If you would like to make as your bonus action, make a nature check, I would allow you to do that.
I would love that. That sounds wonderful. Ooh, 19.
19. So yes, this is a ghost, and having a ghost be like on the field right now is very difficult when it comes to actually combating it with physical objects. This is a very tricky foe to take on, but the spiritual weapon is a magical based weapon. So on later turns, you would be able to affect it. It's not radiant damage, but it is force damage. And you, I think with a natural 19, would know that ghosts do not have an inherent resistance to force, because force is an arcanic thing. It's not necessarily a manifestation of just simple world, the worlds in which the ethereal world borders in. And you communicate with the ethereal world through your winds kind of like convos. So you would know that.
Cool.
All right. We're going to say that's your bonus action to do that. But in this moment, Sly, it's your turn, and you are right face to face with Kari right now.
Sick. What was the last thing that happened between
So,
us?
if I'm imagining correctly, if Kari had the last thing, she, I believe, pumped a divine smite into you with her last attack using her sword. She's fighting you right now. Her fighting, though, you guys are on the border right now, and she's fighting you just in this moment. Your focus right now, like she seems to be actually actively like harming you in this process as far as your understanding of it is.
Okay. So in my blind rage right now, I just see Kari is attacking me and trying to inflict harm.
That's what you're
Sick.
feeling, right?
Okay, so I'm assuming I have my sword and my dagger out, and I've got my muzzle.
You got your muzzle out. It's like extended out of your face. There's black smoke everywhere.
Cool. Um, I guess I'm gonna start with the sword and dagger duo, and then so I was gonna swing with his sword and try and like knock her off balance, and then come in closer with the dagger, and then go in for a bite. That's gonna be the
Sword,
attack setting.
dagger, bite. Got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll those
Okay.
attacks.
11 with the sword,
Okay, that's gonna
Nine-
miss.
19 with the dagger,
That's gonna hit.
and 17 with the bite.
17's gonna miss, but the dagger hits.
Dagger hits. Okay, cool. One. Oh, there's something. 7 damage.
7 points of damage. You will swing, you connect with one shot between the piercing of the huge headed silver dagger sticks through the chainmail. And she just kind of gives a gasp. Come on. Yeah, do you say anything to Kari at this moment, or are you just like,
Has there, the only way I can think to word this question, has there been banter between us right now?
she has been saying things to you. You haven't necessarily been saying things to her, but she's like, she cast hold person on you so that you were paralyzed. She's trying to get your attention, trying to aggravate you. That's basically what you've been knowing. And I'm just gonna grab one quick thing here while you think.
Uh no, I can't think of any. I don't think Sly's in a equipping mood right now or anything. If he's just getting pummeled
Yeah, sounds good.
and he's just ready to fight back. Also, what kind of weapons and stuff does Kari have?
She has her javelins and she has a short sword with a dagger pummel. Like she's got a short sword that's got like a blade on the end of it.
So she just has her sword? Does she have a,
Yes.
does she have a shield?
She does have a shield, yes.
Okay. So right now she's got a sword and shield. Okay, cool.
As you are currently in this process, you begin to hear a voice inside of your head, beginning to fill your mind here, Sly. As the blade connects into Kari, you begin to hear a voice saying, "Make sure you carve deeper. Bring the blood to your mouth when you pull that out. Taste her weakness." That's what you hear.
Yeah, have I heard this voice before?
No, you have not.
I didn't go out into the woods to meet oh crap, what's his name? The wolf, the other wolf guy. What's his name? Emil. Yeah.
Okay, so if that's all you got there, Sly,
Yeah.
it's then gonna be Eren's turn. Eren holding himself. Oh. Like his face right now is looking like a mix between his own face and another face because he's still kind of in his rage at this moment. He looks around, then sees the ghost up above, and then his eyes kind of lock in. He's like, "Argh!" And then he's going to go and strike with the small hammer. Elmore here or Gilmore. That's a natural 20. Oh, shit. And okay, the second strike is a 3. So God, I knew it was going to be a natural 20. What's wrong with me? All right. So that is, I believe his bonus is 3, not 4. I think it's +3. 4 + 1. It's 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As you see Eren kind of just like jump up and swing around. As he hits, the specter, you guys see this same halfling woman begins to swirl around the ghost. And she's just like, oh, you thought you weren't going to be seeing me here, did ya? Ha! I'm back in the saddle now. I'm back in. And he's like, why don't you stop that right now? And just like swirls around, laughing at him. Okay, that is going to be Eren's turn. It's now Kari's. Kari looks at you, Sly. It's like, okay, just kind of settle down, okay? I'm gonna get you back up after this. You understand me? And she's gonna swing on you. That's a dirty 20. That's a 23. And the last one's an 11. Does the 11 hit?
11 does not.
Okay. You take 5 points of piercing damage and then 2 points. Those are considering your halved thing.
Okay.
5 and 2. As she's kind of hitting you with the blunt side of the weapon, like kind of smacking it upon your face. Each blow like hitting you harder and harder. You just begin to feel the bruises swelling and your blood begin to rush in your face. All right, Wystera, it's your turn.
Okay, first thing I do is Squally, are you okay? So I lean down and check Squally and ask, are you okay? Oh.
I'm fine, but we need to get Donna D in the out of oh my goodness, Auntie D back into the back into Eren.
Well, at the moment, I think I need to help Kari. Okay,
Now.
I turn around and I cast Mind Sliver into Sly.
You will have to run. So you're currently going to have to run to get in range of them. They are fighting a little deeper in the forest.
Oh, I didn't realize.
What's the range of Mind Sliver, just so I know?
It is 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay, yeah. So if you run just using your movement, you will be able to do it. However, you will take an attack of opportunity from the other ghost.
Oh, fucking.
Who
cares?
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to take a shot.
That's a natural 20. Yeah, this guy's not a fair shooter.
Why is he so close?
Well, you went in his way to attack to protect Squally at this moment.
I thought you said he pulled back.
Oh, he did, but he's still engaged with you. Like he's still within that 5 feet. Jason.
Oh shit! I thought he was. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of dice. Hey.
I should have asked.
Okay. Let's see. That is. You take 37 points of necrotic damage as you like say, I gotta go help Kari, and you run and you just feel like a touch hit the back of your head. As it touches the back of your head, you feel a life-draining like impact go through your spinal cord as your nerve endings almost get completely shut down.
I'm down.
And that moment, Wystera goes unconscious right on the ground. Nimble Knobs just kind of looks up with a finger touch and just goes, all right. Yeah, I think. Oh, wait fucking second. Wait a second. 1 second here. I need to look at something. Ancestral Protectors. While you're raging, the first creature you hit with an attack becomes the target of the warriors, which hinder attacks until the start of your next turn. The target has disadvantage on any attack roll that isn't against you. So I'm going to re-roll this d20. Because this is what happens when so I was going to tell you, Squally, Donna D is no longer separated from Eren. She's successfully integrated. You see that when she's spinning around the other ghost, she has a tether connected to Eren. All those times before in this campaign, when Eren would hit something, there was like a spectral form swirling around certain individuals. That was Donna D. And so now disadvantage has been applied onto anybody that is not Eren with this ghost. And I rolled a natural 18, but that minimizes the damage. And to be fair on this, I rolled 8d6s. I'm going to minimize it by this. 1, 2, there. So what would have been 37, I said, is now 18 points of necrotic damage.
Well,
I'm down.
Okay, shit. So a little less of a singe on your nervous system, but still on the ground. Okay, damn, I forgot about that. Oh my god. Liam, read the whole fucking thing. Wystera, would 9 points of damage put you down?
Nope.
Okay, so then you take 9 points of damage because you have resistance to the damage as well.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god. Jesus.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
do.
don't. I have resistance to fire, not necrotic.
You have resistance because of the Ancestral Guardian thing, not because of this.
Oh,
So you get resistance to the damage dealt this way.
oh, cool. Okay.
As the hand goes to touch your back of your head, Donna D's spectral hand takes it and absorbs some of the necrotic damage that is shocked through your system. It's
Oh,
still,
I see.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, I'm at 1.
All right, you're at 1 hit point and you start to run to go help out, and you can do Mind Sliver on Sly.
Yep.
If you want. Holy shit.
I crawl over there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is why I don't play other people's characters. I miss shit. That's cool. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So how does Mind Sliver work?
I'm gonna roll 2d6s, and Sly needs to roll an intelligence saving throw,
Right.
as I recall. Okay, so psychic damage is 2d6 plus 2. That is 9 points of psychic damage, disorienting spike of psychic energy into your mind, Sly.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, fuck me.
So it's no damage actually, as the as Sly, as you feel Sly, something try to penetrate like a spear in your mind, and all of a sudden you feel this animalistic, like this entity, whatever this is inside of you, like force out like a puff of smoke outside of your head. Like it just kind of like bursts and blocks the actual spear that's going into your mind.
Did this animalistic like voice or not? Did this start last session? Because this
Nope.
seems. Why am I not recalling this? What the hell?
This is brand new to you.
That would explain why I'm not recalling it.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
he meant the other way, not older, but newer.
Yeah, it's brand new, baby. Okay. With that, it then goes back
Good chance,
to
bro.
Nimble Knobs. Nimble Knobs is going to look at the situation here, seeing what's going on, seeing that Eren is in his position, and is going to say, all right, okay. Well, if you're not going to let me help lead you into the future, if you think you're so much wiser than the rest of you, if you all think you don't need me, well then, let's handle it this way. You're all so wise. Let's treat you that way. And then he changes his form to this ghastly, vacant creature. I need Squally and Eren to make wisdom saving throws. Oh, Eren, no.
Eight.
Oh no. Okay, so what happens is Eren and Squally, you see this terrifying visage, and instantly you feel yourselves become frightened. And Squally, your feathers lose coloration. Your body begins to wizen. Your beak begins to crack. And you feel yourself age 40 years. And Eren, in this moment, also in his youthfulness, begins to have this weight and age in his body. Like he begins to sag and sink as he also ages 40 years.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Then you guys are gonna have to then make a Constitution saving, or Squally, you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's not good. That's a 2.
All right, you take 2 points of radiant damage as you are once again blinded in seeing this figure. It's like almost so ghastly that it like shuts off your sight. But it is your turn, and then you are no longer blinded.
Alrighty. Okay, so Donna D is inside Eren.
Heather,
This
yes.
guy is just messing with us. Sly is fighting. Still. Oh my gosh, I just lost everything.
Sorry.
Thank
Sorry.
you. And Wystera is hurt. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him with some force damage, possibly.
Alrighty. Go ahead and
Right,
make that
sure.
attack with spiritual weapon.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what the bonus is. Okay, does 19 hit?
19 does hit.
Nice. Okay, so now I do 1d8 plus. I have it written down. Nice. 9 damage, please.
9 damage recorded as that giant arrowhead spears through the ghostly form. Right, that's not very good. What the fuck am I doing?
Who did you hit?
Nimble Knobs.
Nibblenauts.
Nobby,
Okay.
Nobby boy.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to go for some searing light.
Okay. What do I have to roll for this?
Is he undead?
He is.
Uh, uh, you have disadvantage on a con save.
Disadvantage on a con save. Okay. See what I do here.
And when I do this, I say insulate.
Insulate. I rolled a 18 and a 17. And that is a natural 17. That's what it stands as.
Oh no. It does not work then.
So then you go to cast this burst of light in his in this ghost direction, and then in this weird formation, he like kind of like closes himself to the point where he moves and shifts as the light disperses. He like circles in around it to the point where it's like he's able to like actually like manifest and find that he can hide within the shadow that the light casts, and he avoids the entire blast.
He's blinded though.
He is blinded. Okay, so the ghost is not immune to blinding. So yeah, he's like, and you just see this ghost like kind of like wandering through. His eyes are like completely like, it's a weird thing to see a blind, pale-eyed ghost. Amazing. So with
You
that,
blind me, blind you back.
Sly, it's your turn.
Excuse me. I think I'm gonna do the same thing as before. I'm gonna target my attacks on her arm with the sword though.
Targeting her hands with a sword. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make those attacks.
Yeah, sword, dagger, and bite. 1, 3. 16 with the sword.
Okay.
6 with the dagger.
Okay.
Is it too late to call for a reckless attack?
I will say it is for the for the sword and the dagger, but you can make your fight reckless. I mean, no, I would say you can still do it recklessly. I'll let you do that. Because you're gonna be at disadvantage anyway with the attacks that she does on you. So
cool. I will recklessly attack with the sword.
Okay.
Fuck. Worse, 13. And fuck, 11. Didn't get anything.
Okay, we get advantage with the bite.
Yeah. 16.
16 misses.
Yeah.
You try to swing and trying to like attack the actual hand. As you go to clamp down on the wrist, she can tell what you're doing and then kind of like turns it and like causes your nose to get bopped right into her fist. The voice in your head says, "Put her down now. Put her down. And then, once you're done with her, come to the hill. Come to the cairns. And then find my spear and kill even more." All right. With that, it's going to be Eren's turn.
Yeah. Stagger back and like get in like a lower position, and then I'm gonna listen to what the dagger said, but like what the voice said before, and just like lick the dagger.
You're gonna listen to what the dagger said? I love
just
it.
Orakai it. Yeah, I'm just gonna Orakai it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now Eren's gonna make his attacks with advantage because of the blindness. Natural 17, it's gonna hit. And a natural 10, which is also gonna hit. First hit. That's 6 points of damage. That's 12 points of damage total. Blasting right towards right on Nimble Knobs, whose form is starting to wither and fade out. Okay. That then goes to Kari, who's gonna then make her attacks with advantage. Natural 18, natural 19, natural 18. Okay. 2 points of damage. 4 points of damage. And then 1 point of damage. 2 points of damage. 4. That's 7 damage total to you, Sly.
Okay.
Alrighty. That then goes to Wystera.
Mind Sliver on Sly again.
Make that intelligence saving throw.
2.
All right. 2. Okay. So what is the damage then, Wystera?
The damage is 11. And
11. Yeah.
11 psychic damage. And Noah, he has you subtract 1d4 from your next saving throw you make before the end of your next turn.
Subtract 4 from my next saving throw.
Yeah, before the end of your next, anything you do before the end of your next turn.
Okay. That did drop me to 0, but then I'm back up with Relentless Endurance.
You
That
see,
knocked me down, so I'm at 1.
you see as Sly drops down from the psychic impact as he drops. Now, with this, I'm gonna say make a
And-
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Once more, Sly.
Okay.
Oh, for God's sake.
5.
You drop, and then Wystera, you begin to see him pick himself up as blood is kind of coming from his ears. And as he stands up, you see, Sly, that you're being tag teamed right now by Kari and Wystera.
I'm able to tell Wystera did it.
I turned away immediately after I
It has a verbal component, so you do recognize Wystera's voice.
I'm just looking over somewhere else.
What? Yeah, Sly, you ain't leaving this wood until both of them are put in the ground.
Okay.
Let's see. Now we go to Nimble Knobs. Nimble Knobs, seeing the situation in this moment, looks at all of you, says, "Well, I can see that you don't appreciate me none." His eyes kind of come back and being blinded. "You don't appreciate me none. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. Farewell. Best of luck finding my treasure. And best of luck finding any hope of surviving this land without me." And Nimble Knobs begins to fade away, disappearing.
Good riddance. We don't want you. Is it my turn?
It is.
Can Squally spiritual weapon Sly
Spiritual weapon is too far away, unfortunately, right now.
can't move? Oh, bummer.
You can move it, but unfortunately, Squally needs to get it closer. If Squally gets where Wystera is, you're close to 60 feet away.
From Sly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Sounds good. You begin to run over closer.
Can I do Toll of Dead on Sly for just to put him to sleep?
Yeah, to put him to sleep, I'll allow that. What does he have to roll?
Wisdom.
Okay, Sly, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. And it just clicked that I just rolled a saving throw, so I don't have the -4 from Vystera's thing anymore.
Oh, it's
Oh,
every.
Oh, it's every saving
just a
throw.
sec. Just a sec. Checking.
I thought you said
No,
-4
it's-
Oh
for the
no,
next
you're
one.
right. From the next saving throw, is that right, Liam?
that is right. That is
Okay,
the right.
and I just so I just rolled that one for it.
Okay.
now I know-
Sorry about that. Yep.
That's good. So you said wisdom saving throw, Kylah?
Yes, please.
Nat 20.
That.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, Sly. There's nothing that's gonna be putting you down right now.
Can I throw a rock at him?
Yeah,
That-
sure. I'll
that
allow it.
would
You
do
pick
it.
up a rock, you chuck it, Sly, you grab it in your mouth and clamp down right on top of that thing.
Gosh.
All right, Sly. It's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, engage in combat with Kari. So I'm just gonna do the same combo I've done. Sword, dagger, bite. I'm gonna do it recklessly again.
Sounds good.
First attack with a 21 with the sword.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
22 with the dagger.
It's gonna hit.
Oh, stop.
Nat 20 with the bite.
Oh, come on.
That's oh yeah, baby.
Okay, so
Holy shit.
I'll deal with the bite last because that's since I got that now I have savage attack as well with that.
That's gang.
Okay. First off, damage for the sword. $14 damage with the sword.
Oh, okay.
3 damage with the dagger. Now going in for the bite. Hold on, let me see what I do. Okay, I think it's like getting 1 extra attack die with savage attacks.
You gain 1 extra, so you gain 3 d6s.
So I roll no for the bite it's a D8.
Oh, you roll 3 d8. Jesus.
So normally I roll 1, but since I got crit, I roll an extra 1 normally. But then with savage attacks, I roll an extra 1.
Yeah, you roll 3.
Okay.
He's a savage.
Fuji Ratchet.
That's 17 bite damage, and then I gain 3 health with it.
That's 34 points of damage total. Oh. And I'm gonna say you gain 6 because getting a crit on
I
the
gain
bite.
6? Okay.
You're gonna get 6. I'm gonna say that because you double it up on a crit.
Shit,
I'm
the
gonna
one time
roll-
Sly goes like all out and it's on our own teammate. Fuck.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just roll.
rolling.
Go ahead and roll Go ahead and roll. What was the thing you roll a nat 20? What does that make the total on the bite for the roll to hit?
That would have made it a 22.
22. Okay, I just rolled a DC to try to make that the DC to see if Kari could hold her sword. She doesn't. So that clamping down causes her to drop her sword, and you start to draw blood directly from her veins as you have carved into her. You guys just see that Sly is now feasting and sucking on the blood of Kari as he's just clamped down. As you begin to draw the blood, you begin to hear that voice feeding deeper and almost like not in your head, but throughout your entire body now, Sly. and you begin to see, I feel it say, when you are through with them, I want you take my spear and kill one that has led an army. Feast on their blood. And once you do, you will be my chosen. And you just begin to feed and feed as the blood goes from black to almost this like deep, dark red smoke almost beginning to come through, slowly close to Kari's mist, but like this deep, deep blood red begins to come through your body. That is then going to be Eren's turn.
Is Kari still up?
She is.
Okay.
Barely.
Okay.
Eren is going to start running. He starts rushing over this area. He's running through, not able to make it fully. It goes to Kari's turn. She can't grab onto the sword, so she's just going to start pummeling Sly in the head with her shield. That is a... She's not proficient really in this combat. That's 15. Oh, that's 6. That's 17. But it only deals... Oh, yeah. In your rage, it only deals like 2 points of bludgeoning damage to you. So, yeah, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, Sly, and I think you're still up.
Sam.
Kari is screaming in pain, as you can just feel her blood rushing out of her body. It's now Wystera's turn. You see Eren rush past you guys, running with the hammer, trying to make it. You're muted.
Same thing, Mind Sliver on Sly.
All right.
An intelligence check?
Yep.
15.
Sorry?
15.
And what does that have to beat?
Is this a wizard cantrip of yours?
Yes.
Then it's your intelligence modifier plus your plus 8 plus your proficiency plus 1, because you also have that arcane focus.
Yeah, that beats it.
Yeah, you try to manifest it, but it's just being blocked out right now. Squally, it's your turn.
Right. How close am I?
You are about 60 feet. You can close the gap if you want.
Where's my spiritual weapon?
It's basically 10 feet behind you, so it's 70 feet away from Sly.
Okay, I'll cast Guiding Bolt. That has a range of 120.
Okay. You have advantage on the attack because Sly attacked recklessly.
Oh, mama. Nice. 18. Does that hit?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Oh, math. 15
With that,
damage.
a silver stream of light hits you in the back, Sly, as the like turning red smoke blows out of your body as you get struck in the back, and you collapse to the ground, encased in a shimmering silver light.
Yeah, and
We're not going to even worry about like the unconscious death saves. What happens here is Eren's going to run over to you. He's going to try to see if he can stabilize. He does not. Kari is going to place a single lay on hands on you. Bring you to 1 hit point. And she just says, I ought to kill you after that. Oh, jeez Louise. And you just see she lays 1 lay on hands on her own wrist as she seals up, like, the blood like is like pouring out of her there.
Am I out of it?
You're out of it.
Okay.
What happened?
So I was just gonna start frantically looking around. Where is it?
Where's what?
Where the ghost? Where'd it go? Where is it? Like, and he's gonna start getting up, trying to look for.
He's gone.
You let it get away?
No, we had to keep you from killing Kari first. We didn't let him get away. We had to save her first.
Oh, what was happening with Kari?
You bit me, dude. You bit me. And she just shows you the giant and stabbed me. There's blood coming off of her mithril chainmail.
You attacked her quite viciously. Were you aware of this? Do you remember anything?
Sly just shakes his head. And then as he's shaking his head, he starts to, like, just back away, and he just like looks for the closest clearing of forest and just darts away.
I guess we
Okay.
follow.
Sly, wait. And you hear Eren's voice as he comes out of his rage, exhausted, trying to like hip up, like, oh boy, okay. And he just keeps running towards you.
What's his
I
speed?
follow.
His speed, I think, is like 5 feet behind yours. It's got
Okay.
like a 30.
Well, I'm just gonna like dash away.
Okay. Yeah, he's dashing with you, but yeah, you're gonna be able to put some distance between. Which direction are you dashing to? Are you dashing towards
I was just gonna say the
Eren's
nearest
house?
like deep forest to try and like get space for me and them.
Okay. You begin to do so. I'm gonna say go ahead and make a stealth check at a certain point if you want to try to hide, or an athletics check if you want to try to push like as hard as you can to get away from Eren.
So 23 for athletics.
Eren, I think I think he also has proficiency in athletics as well.
He's a
So
barbarian, yeah.
yeah, he's got a 24. So he is just keeping up with you enough. You are still keeping him at about a 5 to 10 foot distance, but he is just outside of your like adjacent range. He's right behind you. Keep yelling, Sly, come on, wait, keep up, man, come on, it's okay, come on. You're
Well, in
hearing a
front
softness in his voice.
Did we make it to the forest yet? Like, am I in?
Oh, you're in the forest.
We're
Yeah,
in the
you're running deep
forest?
in the forest. Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna like scream back at him, leave me alone, and then I'm just gonna start running and climbing up the tallest tree I can.
All right. Yeah, just go ahead and make another athletics check for me on this one, please.
I have my climbing ability right now,
Oh shit, that's right.
so I don't
He
have. So I just
You
start
you
running.
go up and he tries to go up for it. And he's like struggling to get up there. Sly, come on. Come on, Sly, get down.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm just not responding to him.
Sly, come on. Everything's okay. We took care of the ghost. Everyone's all right. Like Kari's alive. You're alive. Let's come on, Sly.
Yeah, I'm just stonewalling him.
Sly. Who's gonna stitch our wolf pelts? Who's gonna design our clothes, Sly? Come on. Come on. We got a team uniform to make, and you're the only one that can make it.
No, Sly is not coming down. Like, I'm just stonewalling. Can
Eren,
he like see me, or have I climbed up high enough that he can't see me, or is it just like I'm just like I was thinking like I've vanished into the trees, but if I'm just like sitting on a branch pouting like a toddler, that's kind of
I
defeats
feel
the purpose of this.
I feel like the purpose of it is that anyone that comes over there probably wouldn't see you, but he sees you and it's kind of like you're tiggering. Like you got like your tail is just kind of like hanging out that he notices.
I just drops down the wolf pelts that he had that are just like soaked in his and Kari's blood.
Hmm. Eren sees the pelts drop. Gonna cover him up. I'll say at this point, everyone else can kind of come to this area. If was anybody here giving chase or no?
I was just trying to keep up with Eren, but not don't need to rush it.
Yeah, Wystera kind of tried to stick with Squally.
Kari, do the same. You guys are probably about like 20, 30 feet away, and you can see Eren looking up in a tree. You guys don't see Sly. You just see him covered in bloody wolf pelts. And Eren looks at all of you. He picks up the wolf pelts, begins walking with them over to all of you, and he gives them, like hands them over. And he says, you guys go back to the coach. We're gonna stay here.
We'll take a rest and wait for you there.
No. Go to the coach. We'll meet you somewhere.
We're not splitting up. We all need a rest. You rest here with Sly. We'll rest at the coach and we'll meet up soon.
Listen. Go. We'll meet. We'll pick a place. We have a map. We can use a map. We'll pick a spot. We'll meet there. and I'll hold on the map with Sly, and we'll find it. And you just tell us where we go. You stay there and wait for us. But you guys go. We'll be okay.
I look to Kari and just say we can't split up again. Not after what happened last time.
Kari looks at you and looks at Wystera and says, none of us were really able to help Sly significantly in that moment. The best that we did was basically just like beat the crap out of him, and then he bit the crap out of me. I don't know if Eren, are you sure? Eren goes, no. But I think that's kind of the point. I don't want to leave Sly alone right now. And there's a lot we got to get going and doing. So we got to pick a spot. Let's pick a spot, and we're not going to be separated for long. We'll be there. I should say he sounds like an old man right now too. Like he's like, oh, we'll be there.
Wizard of Wines.
I don't think that's far enough. Unless, I mean, if you want to, but I mean, hide out maybe. But I really think we should get moving. I don't think we should stay around here anymore.
By the looks of these two, we need a long rest anyways.
I'll remind you guys that this is only a couple hours since your last long rest.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
When do we take a long rest?
You took it back in Kresk a few hours ago.
Yeah, after the
Oh, wait a minute. Did some of you take
Wystera did.
Yeah, some of you didn't. Some of you stayed up. So yeah.
No, I don't think I've had a long rest for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest the Wizard of Wines because perhaps maybe that is a close spot to rest for those of us that need it.
No, the Wizard of Wines is where we found no one was, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You just came from there. You're in the woods adjacent to the winery.
I mean, it's still a
Where's
house. It is a building. It is a structure that could provide some sense of safety.
where's Esmeralda?
She's waiting for you back at the coach. She's guarding that on the road.
And what was our next goal? Where are we trying to go?
You guys were going to the Wizard of Wines. You haven't established a new one yet.
That was our last brilliant idea, was the Wizard of Wines.
Eren says, don't keep her waiting. You're right. You're right. We do need to make sure that we are able to rest. We can find a spot, but look, maybe go back to the kids. Find out what happened there. Talk to them. But maybe like move on. I don't know. But I'm not leaving Sly.
Yeah, Squally doesn't want to split up at all, so Squally's gonna resist at every turn to split up. We don't want to leave Sly either.
Then let's go. And Wystera starts walking towards Sly.
Eren starts making his way over to the trunk with a little bit of a smile on his face. Kari begins to make her way over to the trunk as well.
Squally would just like to sit at the trunk.
Yeah. Sly! Sly! We're all here, Sly!
So just lets out a low, you shouldn't be, and just climbs up more.
Come
Is
on,
there
Sly.
any like ponds nearby?
Any what?
Like ponds or body of water or anything?
Not nearby. Not that you've clocked really, and nothing that's like really major that you've seen.
Can I look?
I will say, yeah, from your area, there's not a lot.
My idea is to just make some sort of meat and start cooking, but I'd need to hunt or fish and just start cooking something. That's what Squally would like to do.
You want to make a survival check and start hunting the woods?
Just like a little bit. I just want to make a little smelling good snackaroonie, you know?
Okay.
And see if the delightful smells potentially lure a hungry tabaxi boy.
Make a survival check.
$23, nat 20.
Hey, let me see something here.
I want to cook. I don't even know if I have any. I guess I lived as a hermit. I'm good with herbs. I have an herbalism kit. So I could make something smell real good.
1 second here.
Very smart.
I'm just gonna look quickly in one of my books here to manifest animal, see which animal you found.
Ooh.
Manifesting an animal. Ooh. Oh, that's amazing. So you begin to make your way throughout the woods, and you notice that there's actually like a hunting trap that is set in the actual space, and there seems to be like kind of like an air snare, something that can catch something in the actual air, and you notice that there's like something that is caught in this trap seems to be this abnormally large owl that is just caught in the snare and just like hanging from the tree.
Okay. Yeah, he probably looks wounded, hey.
The owl is like wounded, is like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay, well, Squally doesn't like that it's a bird, but fair. Wally's not gonna
Nice.
eat, but it's fine because I know Sly will eat. So I will kill it with my crossbow and try to put it out of its
Nice.
misery fast.
Yeah. Excellent. I mean, this is a very interesting Winnie the Pooh crossover with Owl and Tigger. you,
Oh,
you, you begin to bring the bird, I'll say with a nat 20, easy for you to be able to pluck off feathers and kind of set up. Do you have the equipment to be able to produce something like this, or it's going to be a little bit of a while for you, right?
yeah, all I've got is torches, and a tinder box, I guess, and an herbalism kit.
Okay, well, I'll say that with your natural 20, I'm sure you can be able to make something up. You are going to need to, it's not going to be pretty, but you're going to be able to start having like kind of a roasted bird.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to smell really good. And I'm gonna do it quite close to the tree and like use my wind power to like waft the smell.
Beautiful.
And
Excellent.
then I'm just gonna sit down and watch it.
Well, uh, beautiful. I will say for the sake of this will constitute a short break, like a short rest. We'll roll for that when we take our break, but right now let's let this happen. All of a sudden, Sly, like after the fair portion of like an hour, you are just kind of in this tree, and then you begin to smell like cooked bird meat coming through. Like some feathers are kind of being like a little bit of some kind of burnt feathers on the wind, wafting up with a very sweet fragrance of like salt and like kind of like these like parsley, like kind of like good cooked herbs coming through as you are in your tree.
Slot's tempted, but he like looks down and sees everyone still like hunkering around the tree and just tries to climb up some more. But he's tempted with that smell.
Sure, you start going, Sly, you hear Eren say, Sly,
Make
we
a
got a giant bird for you.
Sly's trying to stonewall them. Like he's not saying anything. And it's like the smell makes him want to go back down, but then he looks and just sees everyone like staring up at him and he just climbs up a little.
No, I wouldn't be staring up. I would be sitting away from the tree, just looking at the food. Like we're ignoring him, or at least I am. So, like Squally isn't.
Yeah, no one's looking at him.
No,
All right.
we're letting you do your thing, and we're not going to say a word. We haven't said a word. Only Eren, and we'll just wait.
Eren says something, and then he just kind of turns to everyone. He's gonna make a quick little insight check. Oh yeah, he looks at all of you and goes, "Boy, oh boy, this owl sure looks good. Squally, great job, great cook. What? I'm trying to do old Eren. What kind of what seasonings did you apply to this great bird of prey?"
Oh, just the basics. Have some. What is the? Oh, 1 second. Kylah's brain's not going to be able to think of spices, but Squally says several spices
Mhm.
and
Oh,
herbs.
and you killed a bird. That must have been really hard for you to do.
Yes, it wasn't something I would do for just anyone.
No, you wouldn't do this for just anyone.
It's a shame it's so warm and juicy.
Oh, Wystera. Oh, Wystera, you must be. Let me tell you, like this heat. That's a heat that you can stand. But boy, do you think this bird could handle that heat?
I know I couldn't. Ha.
Wystera does her weird sort of smile and goes, yeah, sort of awkwardly trying to do what everyone else is doing, but it comes out more like a barracuda grinning, but she tries.
Kari says, my family ate a lot of like high-end restaurants back in Tamil, and this takes the cake, Squally. Let's see. I mean, is it all ready to go? Can we start serving this up?
Oh, and in just one more minute, so we can get our tools ready, but it just needs a few minutes longer to crisp up that skin really nicely.
Crisp up that skin really nicely.
Yes, a very good idea.
Oh, nothing like good old owl skin. Oh.
Num, 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 num. Num.
Okay, and then just
And
silence.
Wystera reaches out awkwardly with one hand and pats Squally on the back as if to show she's really trying.
Squally
You
pose.
had Squally in the back, and you just feel like, can I rise up? Just getting that right there.
Squally squawks. Squawk.
As
Okay,
the sorry, yeah.
we'll do like 5 minutes of nothing, no talking, and then I'll slowly start to serve small pieces.
Beautiful. As you're serving small pieces, Eren goes, dinner. Good dinner. And starts kind of nibbling at the little bits that they get.
Yum.
Squally isn't eating, but Squally's gonna say, "Oh boy, that sure does look tender."
Oh man, you know what? We should, rather than call ourselves a name, we should have Squally open up a restaurant and call that restaurant Hooters, because hoot hoot, am I right?
Ha 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 ha.
Ah, oh, I'd invest in Squally's restaurant any day.
Hoot.
Do we get any like motions or any insight?
Yeah.
What Sly's doing up there? Any like, I don't know.
I was gonna come up with something, but I really liked seeing David roleplay Vystera's chit chat and small talk there. How far up am I in this tree now? Because I kind of just kept saying I'm climbing.
Yeah, I'd say you're a good like 50, near 60 feet, and with a hypotenuse, 70 feet.
That's not how math works.
The distance to the bird. Anyway. It's in a triangle formation. I can math too.
I see.
Yeah, Sly's not smart, but he's not a toddler. Like,
but he's hungry, I'm sure.
yeah, but he almost murdered your friend. So, like,
but we're not leaving you. And obviously, Kari's not mad. A little bit, but
I'll say there's a moment here where you guys are doing this and you see the three kids come through as like they kind of begin to walk up to you guys, and they notice, and it's like, what are you guys, what's happening? Can we join?
Of course, mistress. Yes, we are glad to see you.
Kids, sit down a little bit around. Mom, Mom didn't like us eating birds. One of the kids, little Yolanda, little baby, little kid, just and just starts like kind of eating a little bit. Just hungry. Kids kind of like eat peckishly. They just kind of begin to hang out with all of you guys.
Wystera sort of looks at them and says, "Well, we understand what your mom said, but sometimes we have to do desperate things when we are hungry." And I kind of sit down with the kids. Keep them company.
While we're waiting, does Squally see an aura from Eren?
I'll say in the cooking of the smoke, as you've kind of been wafting it, an element of you is also drudging in, like an element to see the connection with Eren. And Eren does now have a connection. There's a drifting aura emanating, a faint, like kind of ghostly bluish white kind of coming through and is permeating through him. There's a much more positive, much healthier, much more I mean, you can just feel that the energy is more beneficial and not as distancing as the one that manifested before.
Nope.
While Sly's up in this tree, can I see anywhere that would have like a lake or pond or something?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Not one.
Man, you really want to find a place to get out of here, but man, that bird smells so good, man. Oh, that's really throwing you off your game.
Was there some kind of like well or something at the Wizard of Wines?
There was a well.
Cool. Yeah, okay. So I was gonna like slowly just like slink down the tree and then like drop down at like 6 feet left. And then without saying anything, he's just gonna walk over, grab a leg off the owl, and then just walk to the Wizard of Wines to the well. Because as he like falls off the tree, he's just like so like caked in dried blood and like flesh that he's like pretty much bitten off of Kari.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just gonna like grab a leg of the owl, not say anything, and then as he walks by, he gives like a like embarrassing, guilty glance towards Kari, and then just walks to the Wizard of Wines to go clean himself up.
Sure. You make your way to the Wizard of Wines. You go to the well. You bring out the bucket and start washing yourself. As you're washing yourself here, you notice, again, you look at your body and you see the scars and you feel the bruises and swelling on your body. They're not going away. The blood's gone, but these open wounds here, like you feel the sting of the water coming through as you just kind of like shake it off, feeling the water just kind of seep into the mud below you. Yeah.
Sly's gonna make sure no one's looking or around, and then he's gonna take off his tunic to wash that as well.
Sure. Take the tunic, your white, wash that off.
And then and then start like cleaning, pretty much clean all his equipment and like weapons and whatnot, and like just trying to like get rid of any remnants of this attack.
Sure. As you're doing that, you do hear a voice kind of coming by you. You hear Esmeralda as she's making her way over to the winery, musket in hand, checking in on things and being like, and I was wondering what happened to all of you. Where is everyone? Is everyone all right?
Sly doesn't say anything. He just points to the direction of the fire in the woods as he takes a bite of the owl leg.
Well, it's much deeper in the woods where that is. She doesn't look. She just kind of stands there. It's like, right, well, when you're all ready to come back, I'm just going to be over at the coach. And she just kind of begins to move, looking at you.
But yeah, Sly doesn't even really look at her.
Mm-hmm. She goes. Another voice is behind you, and you hear Eren's kind of older voice kind of come through. Hey. You didn't see it, because you were, but I felt it. I had attacked Wystera, when I was basically in that state, with that ghost. And I'd started attacking her. Pretty rough, actually. And I want you to know I get it. I get what you're going through right now.
Sly just gives a glare to Eren. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I didn't black out or lose who I was. I knew what I was doing. I was there for every moment that I was attacking Kari, and I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah,
And
but
part
that's
of me didn't want to. Part of me wants to let go of control.
well, okay. I
And it only cements what I was thinking before. For this situation, this team that we seem to have built is only going to end with either you guys killing me or me losing control.
It's not going to end that way, Sly. It's
It almost did now.
It's not, though. It didn't.
This time. What happens next time your spirit shows up and I lose control of it?
I don't know how my
What
spirit
if
works, but you can continue with your thought, Slime.
what if the next time the whatever apparition we're facing doesn't go away and I can't stop?
Sly, there's a lot of times when I don't think we want you to stop. Like, you've saved us and fought alongside us like so many more times than this. Like, you're better at being able to take on these challenges than I am. You're like more consistent and more capable sometimes than like Kari is. Like, Kari isn't, I mean, none of us are. None of us are as weary and as worn as you. Like, I don't mean like physically. I mean, you know what this life can be like. You do the hard stuff. You do the stuff that like, and you're not scared of that. Like, you're scared now. You're scared because you impacted us, but that just means that you care all the more. Like, it's not a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing. Like, it just shows that you do care and that you want to be better and you want to improve, and that even if one of us ever was to go down or was to put you down, we would do everything we could to get you back up. And it would be hard because we're not, he looks at you, we're not easy to put down. But we would always still come back for you. And yeah, I don't register all the time because it's just not my nature. You know, and for me, it's scary to know what I'm capable of and seeing it, and I saw it. But you're not scared of doing the hard stuff. You're scared that it might happen to us, and I'm sure that we can find some way to make that stop. I mean, there's got to be something here.
Sly starts to gather his gear back together after cleaning it all off. Um, as he's gathering stuff, he stands up. He says, I can't trust myself to not harm you guys. And as he gathers stuff, he starts to walk away and just looks back and says, Esmeralda's ready for us to go.
Eren looks at you for a moment and he says, where do you want to go?
Celeste looks back at him and says, I'm not even sure now.
Well, maybe we all get together, figure out where to go, and if you're worried that it could be dangerous for you to potentially like put us at risk, then maybe we don't go there and we go to a different spot or we go somewhere else. You see him hand you the wing of the owl. And as he passes it to you, he's like, I'll go tell the others that we're gonna leave. And he begins to go off in the woods.
Alright. Yeah, Sly will just eat the meat he has. And then mumble under his breath when Eren's gone, damn it, this is good owl.
On that, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back here to get you guys going to your next little spot. Woo! Goddamn.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Just before I forget it. I used the curse breaker scroll thingy. That's not what it's called.
Remove curse, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone in our party who can learn that spell from the scroll that we had?
Unfortunately, once the scroll is cast, the words are used and then disappear once the spell is cast.
Okay, either way, can someone learn that spell?
I will look over some of the books over here and then we will be able to find out right away.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Beautiful. Be right back.
Start it up.
Yeah, you start it up. We'll play it now. Ta-da. Okay. We just had to all get sweaters because it is a chilly. Oh, first snowfall of the year. Yay, at least in Edmonton. Okay. So, you guys, I'm assuming with your guys' short rest, you guys were able to roll a certain number of hit dice for yourselves. Kari rolled. Kari rolled 5. There's 2 left. So you guys all begin to collect the food, or you guys eat your little owl, or your big owl. Martin, Vigo, and Yolanda are all with you guys now, and you guys have been called over by Eren. You guys all begin to make your way back to Esmeralda. There's nothing else you guys want to be doing in this space, I'm assuming, or is there anything in particular as you begin to make your way back to the coach?
I attempt to psychically connect with my familiar and ask for an update.
Okay. You sent Twitch last night, correct? Beautiful. And it's any distance for the connection.
Yep.
Okay. You attempt to reach out to Twitch and you don't get anything back.
Okie. Good talk.
Okay. So you guys all begin to go back to the coach. Now, with the kids will occupy basically kind of the equivalent of like 1.5 seats, which would mean that Eren would probably be fine to sit in a spot next to them because they're just young kids. Everybody else would be in there, would be a little cramped. Like one person would not be in the coach, and they could ride shotgun basically.
Is there any spot? I'm trying to think if Sly goes shotgun or if there's like somebody he could ride on top, but probably not.
Not on top, unfortunately.
Yeah, Wystera looks around to see if anyone else wants to ride shotgun.
Sly will.
All right. Sly takes a shotgun position. Everybody else goes inside. Esmeralda, in classic video game NPC fashion, goes, "Where to?" Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, where to next? Got the Irish fucking ghost still in my mouth. And that's the sentence I just said.
Phrasing.
Very much so. Where to next? The menu select comes up. But yeah, she does inquire about like where you are all looking to go. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Where are we going?
I don't know. So Strahd sent us on a mission to find the woman with the peg leg, but we're working with her now. Do we devise a plan to make it seem like she's dead when she's not?
This could work. But then like but then what?
Well, I mean, then we
He does. It's not a bad idea. It could come in handy.
I'm so lost in our beautiful team up moments that I forgot what our goals were. So Strahd sent us to kill. We still haven't found any of the like Damien or his son or anyone. So that's something. Yeah, I feel like we gotta bring back Esmeralda's leg to Strahd. I can't, and then try to find. Was it Elevere we're looking for still? Do we go to try and pick up the dress?
Rest
I
time?
have lost track again. Is it time to pick up the wedding dress? I look over at Eren.
Something
The
happened.
dress.
The dress. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's something about the dress. What was it? DM was the dress. Wasn't she like gone from the sewing place or something happened where she wasn't there or something?
No, you guys kept visiting her to the point where she was just,
Void.
No, I mean like recently. Like recently.
well, recently you guys haven't been to Valaki. Recently, you guys don't know because that's where
Can't get in.
you guys
That's where
decide
what's
not to work alongside with Fiona Vochter, and then we're basically exiled.
right. And then what was going on with the big bad clerk dude?
Oh, you mean in the abbot?
Yeah.
Well, we're still suspicious of him. Last we saw, he was getting the bride ready for, we presume, Strahd.
And he needed the wedding dress to get the
Yes.
bride wedding? Is that what was happening?
Yep. I feel like if we had worked a little harder at these Vistani fate cards, perhaps we'd know more of what we're supposed to do around here. Unless our whole plan is bring back the leg.
Strahd is obviously waiting for us. And how many days has it been since we told Strahd that we were going to find her?
Um,
3 or 4.
it's been one.
One day.
Oh, cheapers.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have these kids. Did the kids come with us on
We
the
have
wagon?
to
I
make
hope they
sure
did.
They are safe.
They did.
Okay, so we're trying to find Damien to bring the kids to. And we got to bring Esmeralda's leg to Strahd, but maybe also devise a plan for Esmeralda to fuck up Strahd. Is that kind of where we're...
That would be if we can convince him that she's dead and then come in with guns blazing. Perhaps that is our answer.
Okay,
If we
maybe
do that,
first...
though, we got to keep the kids safe first.
Yeah, let's do the kids first. Sorry, phrasing. Let's help the kids with Damien, find Damien first,
Yes.
and go from there. Do we have-
Esmeralda speaks to the suggestion. She's like, well, what I can do is I can basically take them to the tower where I was staying. It's falling apart, but it's basically one of the safest places you can be. Not many people know about it. We just need to make sure that we keep it closed. And I know the passage, but any unintelligible creature won't be able to get in. Not the best place, but we also don't need to draw attention to it. And it's pretty secluded. I think it can work pretty well.
Excellent.
I think that's a good idea until we find Damien.
All right.
Did we have any insight toward where Damien and everyone had gone?
You guys unfortunately weren't able to track like where they potentially had gone. It was a mess of footprints and everything. It just looked like they kind of just left, and you guys weren't able to ascertain their direction.
We don't even know if they're alive. Actually, I believe.
Do we have any suspicion that Strahd had something to do with it?
Based on Wystera's investigation search, you guys didn't notice anything that could have influenced or been a thing of like Strahd had something to do with this. You guys didn't notice any of that.
Cool.
Yeah, all we could tell was a lot of animal tracks and a hasty retreat. But to me, the fact that the kids are left by themselves is not a good sign for the parents.
Well, maybe if Damien needed us to find his son at the castle, maybe they're at the castle right now.
I would be surprised, but it's worth a try.
Squally would like... Now, okay, so the raven's calling, like calling all the crows and stuff. That happens if we need their help. Potentially, do you think they could give us information?
I mean, the crow or the ravens themselves are non-communicative in terms of just like general speech. But if you're, I mean,
Could they
you would
guide
have
us if they
you would
knew?
have to make an animal handling check to be able to get the ravens to be able to work like in terms of like information. You have to be more specific in what you're trying to do with them to get information.
I think I want like a straight yes or no. Do you know where Damien went? And then a yes or no, can you take us there? And have
Mm,
them lead the carriage.
mm. Interesting. I'm not opposed to the idea of this, but it will be very complicated because you're dealing with, I mean, yeah, Vistra.
If it's that complicated, may I make a suggestion to Squally? What if alive or dead? Yes or no? Is that less complicated for the crows, ravens?
Here's the difficulty. None of you really have the ability to speak directly with animals. Like animals don't have like a common language. It's not even really like a form of any kind of like direct sign language or directional kind of stuff. Like a raven's not going to nod its head. It's not going to do this. Like it's shake it. So like
It'd more be like if you could pick this jagged rock to this smooth rock, and this smooth rock represents yes, and this jagged rock represents no.
yeah, and then you could have
Is
the
it?
raven manipulate the stock market exactly.
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
You'd have to use the summoning of the ravens. You would have to then roll an animal handling check and see from there.
Okay, I propose it to the others, but I also say, Esmeralda, can we bring the children first? To
Yes,
your
of course. We can do this. We can absolutely do this. Yeah. She goes Drovash, and as she does, the spectral horses summon and they begin to go to the tower. You get to the tower, she escorts the children in there, begins to do the hand signals, and she does ask you to come and help her, Sly, as she begins to go with the kids. She begins to ask you, just in case, to get the alchemical fire that was like put on the like curtains and begin to set them inside of a trunk to be able to transport them safely in the wagon in the coach with you guys.
Yeah, I'll start getting that set up then.
Beautiful. Okay, yeah, the kids, everyone, Martin, Yolanda, and Vigo, they're tentative. They're nervous as they begin to go through the area, but Esmeralda's pretty good with the children. She speaks to them very calmly, gives Yolanda a little bit of a little scarf for her hair, and just kind of lets them go inside, speaks to them. She does ask a question. She's like, "Where did you find these children?"
in the woods.
That's an odd place to find children.
They've been separated from their family. They were hiding.
Hiding from what?
These are the former denizens of the Wizard of the Wines winery, which, as you know, has been deserted. So their parents are missing, and they were hiding in the woods.
So their parents left the house, and their children were left to fend for themselves in the woods.
Yes, it's.
I imagine they were forced to
suspicious.
leave their children there, and the children hid.
Forced to leave their children. Oh, I thought you meant that the parents forced their children into the woods. I'm like, well, these seem like pretty
Oh.
shitty parents.
No, the parents were forced to leave, and the children hid, as far as we know.
Or something has befallen the parents and the children survived.
Interesting.
But we have met them on several occasions, and we have a soft spot in our heart for them, so we picked them up.
I can understand that. Well, all right. Where do you want to go next?
After we've dropped the kids off, has anyone talked to the kids since we first found them?
Well, Wystera did a little bit when she sat down with them at the dinner.
Did we find out from them about anything to like give us a clue where Damien and everyone went?
That would have been smart.
Well, let's do that.
You guys go to the tower as the kids are about to go on the lift with the golems. You come up to who do you want to talk to? Martin, Vigo, or Yolanda?
Maybe address all three and just say you will be safe here and we will start a search for your family. Do you have any clue of where they could have gone?
Martin speaks up. He says, "Well, not really. They were in a rush. They seemed very panicked, actually. Mother had grabbed us and had taken us to basically to go out the back and made sure that we were taken to the edge of the woods. And then she had gone into her true form, and then well her raven form actually, and then flew to the house quickly. There was a man with long dark hair that had approached the house. I had seen. Vigo says, "Yes, there was a man. I seen him as well, making his way up towards us. He was dressed nice. He had a green outfit, and that was really all I saw. Yeah, long black hair." And Yolanda goes, Mom was scared. She was scared, and we ran in the woods.
Kind of look over at Kari and Vystra and say, so I think they're at the castle. That must have been Strahd. What color was Strahd wearing when we left him a day ago?
I don't remember green.
Oh, sorry?
Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, you just said you didn't remember green.
Yeah.
Strahd was wearing kind of blue, purple, and red. He had a scar across his cheek. He has long black hair, and yeah, he also had some kind of jewelry as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
do you remember if he was wearing jewelry? Were you close enough to see if he was wearing anything else?
Vigo says he had a ring. There's a ring. A ruby ring.
Yep.
Have we seen the ruby
red
ring? Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and make a history check.
Sure. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
That beats my 15.
Strahd did not seem to wear a ring on any of his fingers when you had met him. He was wearing a kind of like this kind of like these red jeweled kind of like not a choker but a thing to hold his cape. That was the thing that you'd noticed, like with kind of like red jewelry on it.
Oh.
Know anyone else who has black hair?
Long black hair and a red ring. It could still be Strahd.
Okay, can I do a history check on anyone else we know with black hair?
What about any of them with Scotty?
I don't think we
Yeah.
do though.
I'll say yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay, the kids didn't recognize him.
No.
Yeah, history check.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion. 14.
Long black hair in your travels. You've seen like Vasilka has black hair. You've met Esker has long blonde hair.
Hmm.
You have seen that Ratka and Damia have black hair. Damia has long black hair. Ratka has kind of mid short. It's a little bit long, but it's a little bit in that kind of mid range of black hair.
Did we see them wearing a red ring?
Radka does wear quite a lot of jewelry. He is pretty elaborately dressed, yes.
Okay. Ratka's the circus dude, right?
Son of Stanmir, yeah.
Son of Stanimir. And then
Oh, that's a good point. You also would have seen the what was it? Rictavio. Rictavio also has, I don't believe it's super long black hair, but he did have black hair.
did he have a red ring?
I don't believe he had a red ring on, no.
I still vote Strahd.
I want to be sure that we're going the right direction.
Fair enough.
What about Damien's son, who were you looking for? What's his name?
Elvir.
What does Elvir look like again?
He's pretty young. Kind of pale white skin. He does have black hair as well. A little shorter, kind of a gray color scheme with him. Kind of is a little bit monochromatic colors. The only person who kind of had green was Davian. He had kind of a green overcoat with baubles on it, kind of shiny things on it.
I need like
Yeah.
a names list of who's connected to who. 'Cause I'm confused. Okay. But the kids would have recognized it if he was Elevir. It's more of a question.
I mean, you'd hope that these siblings would recognize their other sibling, but yeah. If you ask the kids, they would probably say, no, it wasn't Elvir. We still haven't seen him.
How old do you think this person was?
He wasn't wrinkly like Grandpa. He was maybe like Adrian, maybe.
Did he have a scar on his face?
Maybe.
Did he have an air of arrogance
Yeah.
about him?
Children aren't gonna know it.
Comprehension check with this child.
Oh, kids.
He's
Like he was in
arrogant.
control.
We couldn't smell him. We didn't know what he smelled like.
Okay, thank you, kindly little ones. I give them a little pat. And
Wystera does the same after Squally, sort of awkwardly.
Squally kind of looks at Vistro like, what the fuck was that? What the hell is even that? Anyways, and then I look to Kari and sign Eren and say, maybe we consult the ravens and see if they can help us guide us to where we could go now. I don't have any other ideas.
I mean, I'm not necessarily good at talking to birds, but I mean, if you want to try it.
I mean, I'm a bird. I like adjust my coat. Like, I will do my best.
Okay. Want to summon the ravens?
I sure do.
Alrighty. I believe it is a D4 swarm. All right, 2 swarms of ravens descend down as you call them for their commune. They begin to fly all around you here. Yes, so, and ask your question, and I'm going to have you roll an animal handle. I'm going to make you roll an intelligence check first, and then an animal handling check.
Okay. $19.
19 on the intelligence. Okay. You ascertain it's going to be near impossible to communicate with these birds in conventional manners. You are not going to be able to just simply say a phrase and just be able to have them understand it. These are not trained birds. They're not even carrier pigeons or any kind of carrying bird whatsoever. They're not even hunting birds. They're not trained in any respect. They are simply ravens that you have been, whatever means that that Davian's people have, that have given you the opportunity to help aid you in a source of support, mainly in combat. But if you are to communicate with them through unconventional means, a certain thing you're trying to get around with them, it is possible that you could get them to do a particular task that you send them on. It'd have to be simple, and you wouldn't be able to just simply utter words at them.
For sure. Can were-ravens speak to ravens? Or communicate?
You're gonna have to make a nature check. You're gonna have to make a nature check. I can't say words until you make a nature check.
16.
Okay. The same way that I'm gonna say the same way that you would think like a lycanthrope. They more have the principal characteristics of an animal. They would have to communicate through bestial tones. But I mean, werewolves are really the only basis you have, which would be a wolf would be like maybe potentially territorial, or they hunt in packs, and that communication would probably just be based on aggression, those kinds of elements of an animal, like how the animal system works. I mean, if you had enough nuance and study with it, maybe, but you're also dealing with children who've probably not mastered their raven forms yet. And so they probably would not be able to guide a flock. They also probably would not be able to confidently communicate with them.
Okay. Which one's the oldest?
That would be Martin.
Okay.
Martin.
I go back. I just ask, I don't know. I can't ask the swarms to say, but I just say like, hold on or whatever. Just like,
These swarms will begin to just float into space.
I get Martin. And I ask him to come with me for just a second.
Hmm.
Based on everything that you've learned so far, these are were-raven children, right? Like they can turn into ravens? Or
Yeah.
they will be able to? Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check. Based on your observations and how your parents interact with these ravens, do you know of any method or style of helping them understand a goal or work towards a goal? Do you know any like nuances of behavior that could help us find your parents or help them find your parents? I'm looking for anything. It doesn't matter if it's as simple as, I don't know, helping them eat something.
Yeah.
What would that
No,
be?
yeah, I know how to talk. I know how to communicate. I mean, my parents don't like me to go off in the woods alone, but like I sneak off sometimes. He seems a little embarrassed. I sneak off sometimes and I try to like I study birds. Like I actually study the ravens. It's the one
That's
thing I
brilliant. I get really excited. I'm really proud of him.
thank you. Smiles.
We need the swarms to help us find your family. We're not certain 100% that that man was Strahd. There are a couple people it could be, though. We're probably leaning to Strahd. We want to find them urgently, and if the swarms can lead us or point us in the right direction, or if they even saw anything when you last saw your parents, it would be a substantial start.
Well, the thing is he turns into a raven and it's like a baby bird. He's got plumage, but it's rough. It's like he can fly, but it's not great. And so he just kind of like turns in that, flies, and then looks at you and comes back to his form. I'm not gonna necessarily be able to like guide a flock on my own though. I gonna need help with it.
No. And I'm not asking you to guide a flock on your own. I want you to stay in this tower. I need you to teach me something to get us started, or
Well,
get
that's the thing is like if you want them to be able to go somewhere, like they all kind of move to places within this wood, and like the valleys, like it's cold, so they usually will stay within the woods because they huddle up in the trees. But the thing is like they're not like they're sacred to many people. A lot of people think they're really like powerful, but they're just birds. But this world has like kind of a care to them. Ravens are kind of cared for. So like if you want to use the birds, then you got to give them a direction they want to go to, or a place where they will, feel some level of safety or calling. Like they've been called here because of, the gift you've been given. So that's what gives them that calling. The problem really is that sending them off to go somewhere is like they need like somewhere to be, pushed to or led. It's not really like tasking them. It's harder to do something like that. So what I mean is if you leave them to their devices, they're just going to be birds. If you guide them, then they might be something else, but they need that guiding hand. And that's what I mean is like I'm not old enough to guide the birds. Well, I've never done it before. I would like to one day. I think one day I'd love to. That's why I kind of study them. I want to be able to guide birds, but it's hard.
Do you think it's something that I could be capable of as not a
Can you
were raven, but a somewhat raven. I can glide really well.
He just looks at you. He's just like in a silent mm-hmm.
And I'm certain if my strong friends here threw me somewhat up in the air, or if I climbed a tree, I could glide super well.
Mm-hmm.
Flying aside, could they follow me in another way, or does it
Well,
say I'm in the
I don't
carriage?
know. Well, I don't know if you have another way of guiding birds. Like if you had a giant bird cage, they'd come with you.
I don't want to put them in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
I mean, the only means you really have is your wind speak. Like you could
Yes.
communicate with the wind potentially to facilitate them. But here's the trick though. Your manifestation of the wind is still something where it's like you could guide them, but you would then be the one who had to guide them to a location. And
Yes.
the thing is that you're not. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I don't have a location in mind, I guess, besides Strahd's castle. Dirty 20.
20. Okay, good to know. You could, if you made a wisdom check the same way that you usually do, proficiency, wisdom, you would add your animal handling to this. So you would do your animal handling check. I would not add your proficiency to this. It would be an animal handling, but I will make it that you could guide the ravens to Castle Ravenloft. That would be the best thing I could offer to you.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing we could do too, unless the wind had any whispers of where people have gone, but I could try asking first.
Mm-hmm.
The wind and the ravens had or especially the were ravens. The were ravens have had a very special role for a very long time. And very spiritual role in
Seems like it.
the whole place. So I feel like the wind would know who I'm talking about if I'm talking about were ravens, right? I think so. So I want to try. I want to ask them about were ravens. Specifically, if they have any inkling of where all the ravens have gone, because they've all disappeared.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to roll. I'm gonna need you to roll a thing on this one for sure. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's fine.
Communicating with the wind.
What do you want me to roll?
Make a wisdom check on this one. Just straight wisdom proficiency.
24.
4. Jesus Christ. In your communication, you hear through the wails, keepers of the feather flock together. Keepers of the feather flock together. And you begin to kind of hear this manifestation of the wind with an acknowledgement of their kind.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna interpret this as I might be wrong, and I'm gonna tell this to the group, just everyone. I'm gonna be like, I think they're at Castle Ravenloft. I can't confirm or deny this, but we gotta guide these ravens there, and maybe they'll help us when we get there. Or know where to go. Or maybe they'll be summoned by the were raven. I don't know, but it's the first shot I've got. Does this sound okay with everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Eren, thumbs up.
Kari?
Kari's just like, I fucking know. I don't fucking know.
Cool. Martin, thank you. You've been very helpful. I'm gonna do my best to guide.
It's cold. Can I go inside?
Yes, please do.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help. You're a very smart and brave boy.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to use the wind and myself, hopefully in the carriage, so I don't have to fail a bunch of floating. Maybe I could be on the highest point of the carriage to
Sure.
go to
Yeah.
castle. Go to
ahead.
castle.
Go ahead and do it.
I want to do it. What am I rolling again?
You're gonna roll an animal handling check. No, what the fuck?
This has been amazing. 21.
Funny, Jesus Christ. Okay, you stand up top of the carriage where the spectral horses are seated. Birds of keepers of the feather flock together. Keepers of the feather flock together. You send that wind thought into the clustering where the hollow bones begin to take in this message and begin to take into this phrase uttered by the whales, and the birds begin to soar off, going off into the woods, heading southeast.
Okay.
And then they go and disappear.
We follow. I tell Esmeralda and everyone, let's follow those birds.
Follow those birds.
Follow
that
that
bird.
taxi. Come on.
Follow that bird. Okay, Esmeralda is going to make with advantage a survival check. Ooh, not amazing. But here's what I will say. Esmeralda following the birds, she begins to follow a path leading like off the beaten trail, rushing with the horses. Unfortunately, the birds went over through the woods. So unfortunately, it wasn't a perfect location. Esmeralda with the coach stops at a four-way area getting back to the main road. On this way, okay, she makes it to this point. There are three directions. I'm just gonna see if there is an actual sign postage on the directions to let you guys know. I believe I remember this one. Let's see. Here we go, crossroads. There we go. We are at, there we go. Okay. You can see there are there's a signpost. The branches sorry, it's an X intersection. So you guys are currently on the northwest end of it. There's a path that leads northeast, a path that leads southwest, and a path that leads southeast. For the southwest side, it is a path that says Lake Baratok. To the northeast, there is Valaki and Ravenloft. To the southeast, there is Berez. And to the southwest, there is Tessalenka Pass and Kresk.
And the birds were headed southeast?
Southeast.
Do we go to Berez then, everyone?
Follow the birds.
Okay, I'll do the keepers of the feather flock together. Keepers of the feather.
All right. You all begin to head off road, going through the rough terrain. that begins to turn and move. You notice in your journey, you begin to follow a riverway that begins to go downhill. You begin to go lower and lower and lower and lower, almost feeling as if you're sinking deeper and deeper as you begin to make your way to the swamplands of Berez. As the wood here takes a different form, not dense forest, but scattered trees throughout mucky, filthy, and I think one of the best words to use for it is just icky swamp. You feel the wheels turning heavily as you begin to make your way to follow those birds. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Sick.
Get attacked by the thing.
Yeah, well,
Swamp.
Where did we wanted to go to the swamp for something a while back.
Well, there was I think it was, oh, wait a minute. Was that there's supposed to be a witch guarding a swamp where one of the green,
Yeah, in Madame Ava's reading.
yeah, one of the green crystals could be. But I can't remember if this was the swamp.
It was once in town, engulfed and destroyed because the Burgermeister making a slight against the devil, who was responsible for the destruction. Baba Yaga comes up, but they have heard that the witches of cackling in nearby castles. Do y'all remember this, Baba Yaga?
Yeah.
Ringing a bell.
So we must be there for a reason.
Yeah. It is possible.
He's very possible. I'm trying to read my notes for just one more second.
While you're reading your notes there, Kylah, I'm going to have you note that Squally has a point of inspiration.
Ooh, thank you.
You bet.
Mm-hmm.
P.S. A group of ravens, I believe, is called a conspiracy, if anyone cares.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holy cow. I'm also going to say Sly. I'll give you a point of inspiration, too, for your commitment to the tree.
We all have points of inspiration for everyone.
You get a point of inspiration. You get a point of inspiration. You get a point of
Look
inspiration.
under your chairs.
There, it's
Everyone.
a point of inspiration.
Is that an extra D20 I see under your chairs? Yeah, no. What was I thinking about? Yeah, Eren actually has gotten a level up because he completed his personal story moment in the campaign.
Ah, right.
Yay.
Yeah, so he's got his little personal level up, which is fun.
Also, we just kind of pretended like aging 40 years was fine, but yeah, so Aaron and I are both 40 years older.
Yeah, I might look at first edition rules and see what happens when you age. I think it's like your physical stats go down, but your mental stats go up because that's how aging works.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, you get wiser with age. Uh-huh. Maybe in the 70s you did, but definitely, yeah. Welcome to 2023.
I don't remember how old Squally is. Well, that's a future me problem. I think he was in like his 20s or early 30s, you know? Kind of how I've had him in my brain, but I haven't written down a specific number.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? Because if I'm like 50 now, that's crazy. 60. I'd probably be 70. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think Eren's about 62, like something like that. He's definitely worn out now, scar on his chest, and poor lad.
Poor lad indeed.
Well, with that, guys, I am going to just end the recording of this, and I want to thank everybody once again for joining us for this wonderful session. Very excited to see where it goes next time, because this is a fun spot to be in. But yeah, thank you guys once again for playing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we'll take care, and we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you.